Hi, welcome to the live stream this morning. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will be giving messages that are relevant for the moment based on who's listening, and messages for the week ahead as well. And, maybe he'll do a clearing as well. So I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. And just before we start, I just want to mention again, it'll be the new week of the shamanic protocols starting tomorrow morning. So if anyone wants to sign up, do it before then if possible for that week. And also just wanted to mention Ivan's healing again. And if anyone's looking for very deep clearing, of perhaps issues which are a bit hidden, or that you may not quite be able to get to the root of. His healing's very powerful for that, and he offers one-to-one remote sessions, and he also does a group every Wednesday. And so there's a link to that. There's his website on the description. So yeah, and of course, there are other people's links there as well, like Harry's channel, Annie's healing as well. So yeah, it's worth just going on the description and checking all that out. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. I would like you to know that there are many messages that I have at the moment, and what I would like to speak about are the things which are going on generally in the world and how they are affecting you. So, what I will say is that sometimes when you are feeling a bit unwell inside and wanting something to change in your life, what you are not necessarily realizing is that there is a lot going on externally, that energies are changing fast. And because you may want something now, it doesn't mean that it can happen because of the changing energies. So that as you go within, things are changing all the time. And so there are many possibilities which are emerging, but then some of these are going away because the people who perhaps are going to be part of these possibilities, opportunities that will come into your life are then not feeling so good. So, what I am trying to say is that it may take a bit of time for what you want to be here because people are going through very deep processes and sometimes they feel ready for something and sometimes not. So you may be waiting, for example, for your perfect home to appear, but perhaps the home that is really perfect for you is not yet on the market. Perhaps the person who is going to be providing the home, selling it, or renting it out is constantly changing their mind about something. Or perhaps the old tenants who are moving out are being a bit slow. Or perhaps it is something else you are waiting for, a new job. But it may be that the opportunity that is perfect is not quite manifesting because of the internal processes of the people involved, the ones who are in some way involved in this opportunity opening up. So, what I'm trying to say is that some of you are feeling frustrated, but it is because of the way things are at the moment, the internal processes people are on. And what I want you to know is don't take it personally if something doesn't arrive straight away. It is not always about you and what you are doing or not doing. Sometimes it is about the other party, and you simply need to be patient, not get too involved in the timing, but rather do other things in the meantime. So if you have been waiting to move, for example, for a while, get on and do other things whilst you wait for your home to appear. But don't get involved in other people's processes and make them your own. Don't worry if things don't happen straight away, because it doesn't mean they won't. It doesn't mean you are even blocked. It can do, but it may actually simply be that things need to happen in the right way. And for that to happen, everyone needs to be ready. So that is my first message. My second message is that you don't really have to ever worry about being in a state for long in this new age, because actually the energies don't support that. The energies don't support anyone being depressed or in a low state too long. So as soon as you are open to it, something will come along to get you into a better state. So don't be in the energy of the old age and believe that it is about simply accepting a situation, a state of being, feeling that perhaps it is just how it is for you. Because a lot of people were like this in the old age. They managed their symptoms. They couldn't find long term solutions, maybe for health problems, perhaps for states of mind, states of being, perhaps for depression, childhood traumas, terrible things which they may have experienced, which they never really were able to get to the bottom of, even perhaps after years of receiving help. So people learn to manage their symptoms. People have become good at knowing what they need to stay afloat, staying away from certain situations, doing things in a certain way. But certainly the old age was about managing rather than real answers for deep problems, trauma, health conditions. In the new age, it is about real answers. So the new age is not perhaps as comfortable, but it has real solutions, solutions that are able to solve problems permanently. So if you do have a problem which has been there for a long time, know that it is not going to remain. And it is the same with your states. So if you feel in a bad state, it won't last that long before something comes along to take you out of it, to help you, to give you real answers. So I want you to know that this is what the new age is about, and to be open to these answers coming. I also would like you to know that on the same note, it is not really a time where you need to be with people who are not willing to change. So when you are, you will know the difference, because the people who really don't want real answers will be the sort of people who have problems, but they are not really that bothered by them on one level. So an example can be being with someone who is constantly having relationship problems, but somehow they are just going with it. They have no interest in finding an answer. They have accepted it, or perhaps they are enjoying the drama. But there will be people who aren't really interested in real answers. They have stopped looking. They don't really want to go further on their path. And it is really good for you to know that it is not the same as people who perhaps have problems, and you may believe you have answers they are not accepting, but actually the answers you have may not be right for them, may not be quite right based on who they are and what they are able to assimilate. So there are people who want answers who may not accept the answers you provide, because somehow they cannot quite digest it, register what you are saying, but they will find answers elsewhere. But I am speaking about people who really are not looking for answers, who don't really want to change something that does need changing. And when you are coming across this, it is good to walk away, because you don't want to get involved with people who are stuck in areas, because it will ultimately start to affect your life. I am speaking about people actually who are quite extreme. So it is not that it's simply because someone is not ready to change something yet. It is about them wanting to stay this way for life. But you will know the people I am talking about. You will recognize them. That it is like someone who has a terrible diet and they have no interest in improving it whatsoever. They take no interest in it. It is like this people who are just stuck in the 3D, in what is, and are not interested in raising their vibration. These are the sorts of energies that can end up affecting you, bringing you down. My final message about this is that it is not really about ever needing to force someone to change. If someone doesn't want some change, then simply let them be, but you don't have to be around them. That is what I would like to communicate. I have a few more messages. I would like you to know that sometimes there are many different types of energies in the world. Some of these energies are really positive, but some are very dark, negative. And when there are many energies in a place, in a situation, it can be really confusing because you can feel really good energy, but also negative energy and you don't quite know whether it is worth staying or not. When you are in these sorts of situations, the way that you know whether it is right for you to be there is that you feel it inside. So, regardless of the mixed energies, you may feel inside that it is a good place to be, that your soul, spirit is happy there. And it is good to keep going inwards and get to this place where you can feel where is right for you. So you are not simply acting based on what the energies are around you, but going deeper. Because sometimes you can miss out on really positive frequencies because you are tuning to the lower ones and feeling that something isn't right. And sometimes it is the other way round, where something really isn't right for you but you are attuning to the positive frequencies and not going deeper within and feeling that it is just not right and that perhaps the lower frequencies will affect you in time. I hope this makes sense. So it is a really fast way of getting to the truth, to feel yourself on a deeper level. So, of course, it is good to notice the energies, but then go deeper and feel what is going on deep inside you, what you are really feeling. Because some of the lower energies you may experience will quickly transform, perhaps. It may just be the way things are on that particular day. And some of the lower frequencies may not transform, and then you will be guided inwardly to walk away. A lot of what I'm saying is like common sense, really, on a spiritual level. But I am reminding you to keep going deeper, to not get too reactive when it comes to energies, positive, negative, to not base your decisions on the energy alone, to go a bit deeper and see what is really going on, what you are feeling about the situation. I also would like you to know that on the same note, it is the same when it comes to people in your life. So sometimes someone can be having a really bad time. Their energies may feel really heavy, but intrinsically you feel a good connection with them, a good energy on a deeper level, that you feel them to be good for you. So, in the same way, do that with people as well. I would like to say a few more things now. I want you to know that sometimes when you are going deeper inside, you are starting to realize that there are many things in the world which have not been right, and you feel perhaps they never will be. And when you go into this state, remember to quickly come out of it and go into a more empowered state where you know that things are changing. Because a lot of people tend to get quite negative about the state of the world, and it actually keeps it stuck in a lower vibration. So always go into a deeper, higher state when you are feeling like this, by whatever means necessary, because it is important to keep your focus on change, on knowing that everything is going to come good in this life for everyone. I would like to talk now about the consequences of actions that you have taken in the past. So I would like you to know that every action you take has a consequence, but some of the consequences may seem really negative at the time, but over time they start to feel good. And sometimes it is vice versa. And the things that you have done or not done where you feel that you have now created a problem, some kind of suffering, something. It is really important to find a way of resolving this, because when you focus on things which you have not done or done, it does bring your vibration down. And I want to share something with you about this, that where you have made mistakes and there have been things which have happened, remember that it is important to recognize that one way of undoing it, so to speak, is in this moment to recognize the right action, what the right action would have been, could have been. As you go deeper, you will know it from the inside, have a sense. So, an example can be that you were in a relationship with someone who was very abusive, but you did not see it. And then, when you are thinking about it, you are recognizing that as a result, there has been a lot of suffering, perhaps to your children as well as to you. And what you are able to do is attune to this situation and see yourself making a different choice, walking away, and acknowledge that that would have been the right thing to do, and get a sense of actually doing it. Feel yourself doing it. Feel yourself choosing that, and have a sense of everything correcting itself. And as a result, it will change something in you, give you a sense of actually being in your power, making a different choice, and as a result, more positive things happening. But also, what it does is it changes the energy of that time, it changes the vibration. And although those things have still happened, there is something that happens on a cosmic level that is very powerful. It is actually showing the universe what you have really wanted to do, and feeling yourself doing it, and really get an embodied sense of doing it. Feel it in your body, really feel it. And as you do, you are changing something on a cellular level as well. So, for those of you who have regrets about things, and things which have perhaps already, in one way or another, shown up in your life in a very coherent way as being the wrong decisions or things that you should have done, things which show up really clearly to you now, you are able to feel yourself doing them. And in this way, it can be very healing for your mind, your body. It is a way of actually then helping yourself to feel empowered, to feel more well. And through this, you do actually change something for yourself on an energetic level. After you have done this, you will find it much easier to move on from these things, to let go. So it is worth trying this. And when you find yourself thinking over things, perhaps thinking of things that you wish you had said, wish you had done, literally see yourself doing it in that moment. Don't keep revisiting old stories with the same energy and feeling disempowered, depressed, despairing. Go into it with a new energy. So when you start thinking about old relationships, old things which have happened, see yourself in a different way, acting in a different way, perhaps speaking up, walking away, doing whatever way you feel in hindsight was the right thing to do. And this will actually give you back your power. And through this, you can actually heal a lot. I am also saying this because I want all of you to really move on from the past, to be able to really go much deeper into the light within. And this is one way of doing it. Another way is actually to go very deep inside the pain body and get to the root of the reason why you did have certain situations in your life and to clear it from this level. And this is another way. So perhaps there are things which have happened because you had low self esteem, because you had certain problems seeing people clearly, because of abuse as a child. So, this is another way of clearing what was the problem in you, why you made certain decisions. But it can often take a while to really get to the root. There can be layer upon layer there. So one of the fastest ways in the meantime of gaining your power back and feeling more well is to see yourself taking the action that you will see would have been right for you on a deeper level. I hope this makes sense. My final message about this is that there is no such thing as ever needing to be with the same person twice if they have been very abusive to you. You don't need to be with someone again if they have been very hostile, aggressive, have been very negative to you, and you are feeling that this will not change, that it was not simply a bad day for them, but the general way they treat you. Where you feel this, you can walk away, and nobody will ever be telling you different. Nobody who is in the light. But what I do see is that some people here have had patterns of going back to people who are hostile, aggressive, who put them down a lot. And this is something to address. I am giving this message not to all of you, but to some of you. And what I will say is that when it comes to parental figures who have been like this, family members, sometimes it is very hard to fully walk away because you feel that it is a part of what you have to do to see them, be part of their lives. And what I will say to those of you in this situation is that the thing to do is to walk away in your internal being, in your inner being, to walk away, to make that concrete decision that they are really not right for you. And through this, then when you are in contact with them, there is detachment because you have already walked away. And when you are not sure how to do this, it is good to go into deep meditation to get a sense of your inner being, a deeper part of you that is beyond your personality, that is actually much deeper, and to actually go into that part, to feel it from the inside, and then to make that decision that you are choosing to walk away, that you are dissolving all contracts between you, all types of energies, and you are choosing to fully walk away. And through this, you are able to have a detachment. You are able to be neutral because you have walked away. So I hope this makes sense. I am not asking you to be with people who are negative, hostile, aggressive, who are harmful to you. And it is important to really make these decisions in this lifetime, to walk away, ideally on all levels. But if you cannot do it on all levels, then on a deeper level, to make that decision, and that actually changes your energy. It closes certain parts of you down when you are around those people. It protects you. It is very powerful to do this. I have one more message about this. So, if you are feeling perhaps there are people in your life who are negative and hostile, abusive, but somehow you are not able to fully get away because there are other people in your life you are close to who are allowing them in, then one thing you are able to do is actually to go very deep inside and communicate to a deeper part of that person, those people who are allowing that person in, and communicate that to them. Communicate what you are feeling, what you are experiencing. And when you have done that, you may notice a change in them as well. So, this is what I will say to those of you who are struggling with this. I have one more message to give, and that is there is no such thing as really needing to be in the world anymore in any particular way. Really don't have to be. You don't have to engage with the games the world plays in order to succeed. So, if you have a message for the world, something you would like to offer large amounts of people, if you have offerings that are meant for larger groups of people, you don't have to fit into any mold. You can be yourself because the opportunities are here for that now. You don't have to change on any level. You don't have to present yourself in any particular way. And because of this, there is a lot of freedom in the world. There is a lot of good energy, a lot of positivity, a lot of creativity that is able to actually see the light of day now. So I am encouraging all of you who have something to offer the world to offer it. You don't have to have any particular presentation. You don't even have to have a particular way that you are presenting it. Use a particular type of formula, method. You can do it your way. You can be exactly as you are. And the world is favoring this. So it is a reminder that actually the old age is over when it comes to presentation, marketing, being a certain way, looking a certain way. You can be exactly as you are. And in the new age, there will be many people who are actually going to really make a big difference in the world, who don't fit in to the normal mold at all, who are quite unusual. And this is actually what the new age is about acknowledging, appreciating your uniqueness and stepping away from anything that is constructed socially, that is man made. I hope that you like this message, but it is absolutely the way that things are going. I have no more to say, and I would like you to know that the week ahead will generally be a good one, a week where many things will happen which are positive. So it is generally a good time at the moment. That is what I see. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening, and yeah, wishing you a good, happy week ahead, a happy weekend, and yeah, lots of love to all of you.